This is Will Tom Collins of Bluegrass Sports Nation here, Kentucky Media Day, and I have the infamous, the legendary Kash Daniels, a.k.a. Cash Money, a.k.a. Cash Money Records here. Son, you're an Eastern Kentucky guy. All right, everybody loves you. This is your fourth and last go-round at it, man. What's that mean to you to have done what you've done so far in your career?
It's special. You know, I had a vision, you know, coming in from high school of what I wanted to do and accomplish for myself, accomplish for my family, my teammates, and my school. And you know, for everything that I've done, it's just it's unreal. I've been blessed to come to a school, you know, that cares. The coaching staff cares. I've had unbelievable teammates in the past. My buddy Will Tom Collins right here, my freshman year, took me under his wing and showed me the way. So I'd say that's probably one of the big things of you know, along this process is having guys like you and Fink and CJ and Courtney and Greg and, you know, guys like that to, you know, take me as a young guy under the wing and say, hey, here's how we do things, here's how we don't do things. You know, and basically you guys helped me turn me into the college football player because I didn't know anything about college football coming in. You know, being from a small 1A school in Eastern Kentucky, you know, you got to learn quick if you want to compete in this league. So for having guys like that, you know, to take me under and show me the way, and just to make my people from Eastern Kentucky proud, just for them to be able to come here to Kroger Field and see us play and see us succeed, it's unreal, and I'm definitely going to miss my time here.
Well, man, as you know, being from Eastern Kentucky folks are proud people. All right? We love when an Eastern Kentucky guy makes it, and there's no bigger dream for an Eastern Kentucky guy than to play for the University of Kentucky. For the guys back home who would like to someday maybe stand in the shoes you're standing in, what would be something you would think would be something they ought to learn and hear from you today about that?
Man, well, first off is that it's going to be probably one of the hardest things you've ever done, if not the hardest thing you've ever done, because we come from an area where, you know, we're not typically known to get recruited. We're not known to be the best athletes and this and that. So automatically you got one strike against you just from being from Eastern Kentucky. So that means you got to be one of the hardest working kids, you know, in the nation, not just in your county, not just in your state. You know, in the nation, and you got to be working when people aren't working, when people are sleeping, when people are taking off days. You can't have no off days. I think a lot of people get misconception that just because if I do the bare minimum, which is working out, you know, once 5 days a week, and really busting my butt in there, and that's going to get the job done. No, that's just going to get you to where you think you're going to be. To get to this level. And to compete at this level, to get out of high school and get to this place, especially being from Eastern Kentucky, you got to be tough. A lot of people are going to doubt you. A lot of people are going to say you can't do this and can't do that. You just got to put that in the back of your head and keep plugging. But the main thing that I would say, man, is just create a work ethic that nobody's going to outwork you, that they're going to have to kill you to outwork you. And that's the only message I bring to people from back home is that if you're serious about this and you want to play, it's hard. It's one of the hardest things in the world. And if you can do this, you can do almost anything in life. So, you know, work hard. Don't let anybody tell you that, you know, your dreams can't come true, because I promise you they can if you absolutely work your tail off to get there. So that's it.
Well, man, I know you guys lost a lot of players last year, a lot of big-time playmakers, right? But you're bringing a lot of them back, too. What are you seeing out of some guys who are going to fill some positions on defense that maybe either didn't get a lot of reps last year or just got some spot work for the guys that are now gone?
You know, like I was talking about at SEC Media Day, like last year, you know, we had a really stout defense with a lot of senior leadership and a lot of older guys. What they didn't get to see was, you know, the guys in the back end that we did have, and fortunately, you know, this year due to graduation, they'll get to see these guys, you know, to come out here and display their talents of why Coach Stu signed them to come play football here. You know, from a DB standpoint, you know, we're basically gonna have a whole new secondary from what they saw last year. You know, you go from seeing Darius West and Chris Westry and Derek Beatty, you know, to seeing you know, JG and Cedric Dort, you know, and all those guys now. They're going to step up in a leadership role this year, you know, and take our secondary, you know, to the next height. Coach Klink and Coach Hood do an unbelievable job, you know, with coaching those young guys. And I think I talk about these guys the most because it's our youngest group. You know, the front seven, you know, are pretty much returning except for minus Josh, you know, and a couple interior linemen. But everybody else basically stays the same up there. You know, we're just going to look off what we build to or build off of what we had last year. You know, and one goal we have this year is to be the most feared defense in the nation. Not just the best, but I think if you are the most feared defense in the world, or not in the world, but in the nation,
right, baby,
in the world, but you're going to be pretty damn good too. So.
Well, you know I can't get this microphone and not stick you a little bit.
Yeah, I
All
know,
right.
I know.
So first of all, everyone back home, we have this argument, so I want you to clear this up for everybody.
Okay.
Who is the greatest rock and roll band of all time?
AC/DC.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Second thing, all right, and I got to poke you one more time. What's the hardest hit you've ever taken in your entire college career?
When me and you would meet at the on the split zones coming back across the line, because what people don't understand is that, you know, with taco meat stature here, so I'm about to call you meat, Will here.
Yeah.
I hate calling you Will.
It's all right,
But so when you come back across, my job is to leverage the ball, you know, back inside. So me and Will got to, you know, hit each other pretty good, and every time we would hit, it'd be like a, you know, two rams coming together and just going colliding like right there, nobody moves. But man, we had some good times, didn't we?
We did. Well, man, I tell you what, everybody loves you. You play the game the right way. We can't wait to watch you last season, and I love you, brother.
Thank you, man. Yes, sir. Love you too.